The movie opens in a post-apocalyptic world. Someone's journey to his post is marked by a grim scene. He observes desperate refugees in a tank, all scrambling to reach Exilium, a fortified sanctuary that promises safety from the alien invaders. Upon arrival at the eerily deserted outpost Cerberus, Suem-1 ascends to the control room, where he establishes contact with his base. He learns that his predecessor, Vax-7, was urgently evacuated for medical reasons. Despite assurances from his superiors that the situation is under control, he is instructed to remain vigilant and never to abandon his post. He settles into his new environment, organizing his food supplies and tidying the space to make it habitable. Someone's daily routine is monotonous yet disciplined. It involves physical exercises, showers, regular check-ins with the base, and the careful rationing of his only luxury, a single cigarette. The outside world feels distant yet threatening, as he is constantly reminded through a recorded message that urges the survivors to seek refuge in Exilium and highlights the critical role soldiers play in protecting humanity from the non-Such menace. For the first 2 weeks, Suem-1's service at the outpost is uneventful. However, the peace is shattered when, with 87 days left in his deployment, he hears distressing news of a sudden non-Such attack on outpost Lilops. From his tower balcony, the sounds of explosions and alien shrieks reach his ears, heightening the sense of danger. Despite his monitoring equipment indicating no immediate threat in his region, Suem-1 believes he might have glimpsed a non-Such. His report of this sighting is met with orders to stand down, adding to the tension and uncertainty of his situation. The narrative intensifies as the days unfold. Isolated in his outpost, Private Suem-1 finds comfort in an unexpected friendship with a white mouse, his sole companion in the desolate landscape. This relationship underscores the profound loneliness he experiences. As the countdown continues, with 71 days remaining in his tour of duty, Suem-1 encounters a series of unsettling events. A camera malfunction outside the outpost necessitates a rare venture into the open. While outside, he stumbles upon an ID tag belonging to Vax-7, the soldier he replaced, sparking a series of questions and doubts. During this excursion, Suem-1 observes threatening signs in the environment, scratches on trees that he suspects are the work of a non-Such and a dead bird, which contradicts the belief that non-Such exclusively targets humans. He reports these findings, only to be met with dismissive reassurances from his superiors that Vax-7 is safe and the dead bird is not the work of a non-Such. As time progresses, Suem-1's curiosity and skepticism grow. He begins to question the reality of the non-Such and the true nature of the situation. The outpost's cameras, which also monitor the soldiers, hint at a deeper level of surveillance and control. With 61 days left, driven by a desire to uncover the truth, Suem-1 ventures further away from Cerberus, only to catch glimpses of a shadowy figure moving through the woods, eluding clear sight. His reports of these sightings are again met with dismissive responses, insisting that all is well as long as the defense circle remains intact. The plot thickens one night when Suem-1 discovers bloodstains in the bunker, possibly belonging to Vax-7. His discovery of a hidden camera in the bunker, which he is unable to access, deepens the mystery. In a moment of bold defiance, he breaks into Vax-7's locker and finds a radio and a sketchbook. The sketchbook contains a drawing of Cerberus and another defense circle, Graham, piquing his interest and suspicion about the neighboring outpost. With 54 days remaining, Suem-1's curiosity about Graham becomes an obsession. He decides to investigate it himself, venturing outside his designated zone. However, his exploration is abruptly halted by excruciating pain from an implant, triggered as he crosses the perimeter of his defense circle. Despite audible commands urging him to stay at his post, he climbs a tree, attempting to make contact with Graham, only to be met with silence. This pivotal moment highlights the intense control exerted over the soldiers and the harrowing isolation Suem-1 endures in his quest for truth. Soon, Suem-1 becomes increasingly engulfed in a web of suspicion and mystery. In his isolated post, he attempts to delve into the outpost's control room video archives, hoping to uncover any clues before his arrival. However, he finds that the archives conveniently begin exactly at the time of his arrival, offering no insights into the past. His investigation is further frustrated when a sudden power outage erases the files he was examining, deepening his sense of unease. Suem-1's paranoia escalates when he glimpses a shadowy figure lurking behind him. Armed and anxious, he chases after it, only to find nothing. Determined, he ventures outside, igniting a flare in a desperate search for the mysterious figure, yet his efforts are unsuccessful. He reports this unsettling encounter to his base, but they dismiss his concerns, casually mentioning that a maintenance and repair crew, MAC, will be sent, though they provide no specific timeline due to the ongoing non-Such threat. With 39 days left in his deployment, an unexpected turn of events occurs. The radio in VAC 7's locker, previously silent, suddenly crackles to life with music and the voice of Care 4, a soldier from a neighboring outpost, attempting to reach VAC 7. Sum 1, impersonating VAC 7, is quickly exposed as an imposter. The brief interaction with Care 4, although ending abruptly with a reminder that unauthorized communication is forbidden, provides someone with a fleeting sense of connection, alleviating his intense isolation. As he continues his patrols, with 34 days remaining, someone encounters a mother and child hiding in a cave. Despite his attempts to show he means no harm, they flee in fear, chasing after them to return a bag they left behind. He is forcibly stopped by the invisible boundary of his perimeter restriction, a constant reminder of his limited freedom. The isolation and mystery compound when someone tries to re-establish contact with Care 4 via radio, only to be met with silence. During a stormy night, the long-awaited maintenance and repair crew, identified as 7Q7, finally arrives. Although someone is initially relieved by the presence of another human, his suspicions quickly resurface. 7Q7 dismisses someone's experiences of the shadow figure as mere glitches, sparking tension between them. In a desperate move, someone disables the internal camera with his gun and coerces 7Q7 to assist in unlocking the archived videos. However, their attempt is hindered by the need for daily codes from two soldiers, further complicating someone's quest for truth. Soon after, the plot takes a dark and violent turn. The tension between Private Someone and the maintenance and repair crew member, 7Q7, reaches a critical point when 7Q7 unexpectedly stabs Someone. Despite the injury, Someone retaliates fiercely, nearly killing 7Q7 in the ensuing struggle. In the aftermath, 7Q7 reveals harrowing details about his own encounters with the non-Such, the mysterious alien race. 7Q7 recounts a traumatic experience from his youth, similar in age to Someone. He describes a dire situation where his helicopter crashed in a desert, stranding him and his friend Santino, cut off from all communication. The story takes a gruesome turn as he finds Santino mutilated, having cut off his own ears in terror. 7Q7 then vividly recalls a sandstorm during which they were besieged by the non-Such. These creatures, as he describes, were merciless, tossing Santino around and emitting screams so piercing that they caused bleeding ears. The reason behind Santino's self-mutilation. The incident left Santino severely injured, with sand-filled lungs and a damaged larynx, necessitating a breathing apparatus for 7Q7. Following this revelation, Sum 1, now distrustful and desperate, locks 7Q7 in the bunker. He turns to the radio, seeking solace in communication with Care 4, another soldier. In a fortunate turn, Care 4 finally responds, providing someone with the codes needed to access the archived videos. These videos uncover startling evidence, confirming someone's suspicions that his predecessor, VAC 7, had descended into madness. Excitedly, someone shares this discovery with Care 4, along with his conspiracy theories. He expresses doubts about the existence of the non-Such, suggesting that the entire narrative might be a fabricated scheme designed to control the population and save resources for the elite, while the general population is misled into seeking refuge in Exilium. As his 100-day deployment nears its end, with only 7 days remaining, Someone's mental state deteriorates rapidly. An announcement stating the non-Such has advanced exacerbates his anguish and despair. In a moment of uncontrollable rage and grief, he accidentally kills his mouse friend by throwing a canister in a fit of rage. Haunted by his actions and consumed by sorrow, Someone ventures outside in a state of naked vulnerability. There, he confronts what he believes to be a monstrous non-Such. Acting on instinct, he fatally stabs the creature with antlers from a nearby tree. The horrifying truth is revealed when he recognizes the creature as VAC 7, identified by a distinctive neck tattoo. After returning to the bunker, he confronts 7Q7, sharing his deep-seated suspicions. He accuses 7Q7 of being part of a larger conspiracy and believes that 7Q7's tales were responsible for driving VAC-7 into a state of madness. In a tense exchange, Sum-1 threatens 7Q7's life. Once he obtains the information, Sum-1 releases 7Q7, symbolically burning his weapon and other items he deems unnecessary, preparing for his departure. Sum-1 successfully disables the defense circle, setting off distant alarms. His resolve unshaken, he heads towards Graham, only to find the tower in ruins, a stark testament to a recent and brutal attack. The grisly sight of Kur-4, now lifeless and dismembered, is a devastating blow to Sum-1. His encounter with the non-such becomes terrifyingly real as he hears their powerful screams, causing his ears to bleed, proving the reality of the non-such threat. As Sum-1 takes in the chaotic scene around the shattered windows of the tower, he witnesses vehicles under attack in the dimming twilight, overwhelmed by the advancing non-such. Arming himself with Kur-4's gun, Sum-1 ventures into the forest, only to find himself in a relentless battle. In a surprising turn, 7Q7 returns in an attempt to save Sum-1 but is quickly and violently killed by a non-such, illustrating the ferocity and speed of these alien invaders. In a frantic search for safety, Sum-1 races back to his bunker. However, he is hindered by his damaged wrist computer, which makes it difficult to access his daily code. After several attempts, he manages to enter the bunker, where an automated system instructs him to remain calm and informs him that an evacuation is underway. But this glimmer of hope is quickly extinguished as he realizes the bunker is not fortified against a non-such attack. The story reaches its harrowing conclusion as a non-such breaches the bunker. In a final act of defiance, Sum-1 takes aim at the creature's mouthparts. The tension reaches its peak as we hear the sound of Sum-1 firing his weapon, ending the movie in suspense over his fate and the outcome of this desperate confrontation.